Hi loves, welcome back to your week ahead reading from the 1st of June, from the 1st to the 7th of June 2026. I hope that you're well, that you had a beautiful week, your weekend was lush and restful, and happy full moon in Sagittarius. It's a blue moon today. I'm recording on the 31st of May. It's a blue moon in Sagittarius, so it's the second full moon of the month. And how are we feeling? This energy is going to affect us usually 3 days before, 3 days after. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So it's a Jupiter ruled full moon, while the sun is in Gemini, the moon is in Sagittarius. So we have that Gemini Sagittarius axis happening for this full moon, this blue moon. I hope that you are able to manifest all that you desire and you're able to thrive and grow and release whatever needs to be released at this time so that you can move into a more beautiful energy, the energy that you desire, that you deserve. All right, my loves, let's get into this week ahead. If you're new here, I am Simone, the Moon Goddess. Welcome. We're going to start off with an oracle card, actually. Let's start with an oracle card. I started doing that last week. Like I used to do my readings back in the day. If you've been here, if you've been a day one, I would usually start with an oracle card and move into the tarot. So let's do that. Let's see what's the general theme for this week and new month. So happy new month to you as well. All right, let's get a message for this first week of June for the collective spirit guides. Woo! We have regeneration. What an absolutely fitting, beautiful energy for this new week and new month. Regeneration. So something, whatever fell apart, you can think of it in terms of tarot. This would be like after the tower. You know, the tower, it has all this lightning and this fire and all of this destruction, and then after the tower comes the star, which is the healing, the softness. So if you look at this, you can see that there has been some kind of fire burning, maybe a volcano. There's some kind of heat here, and from that there's this new shoot coming up, and it's full of sparkles. I don't know if y'all can make out, but there's full of sparkles and light coming from the heavens, and it's a very beautiful energy, and I love it. So something is being regenerated, renewed. Maybe there's healing within the body, the mind, the spirit, aura. There's something, life coming forth from the destruction. There's new life coming forth, and I love this. Let's see what's at the bottom, what's underneath the surface of all of this. Come to the edge. So part of this regeneration for this new week is stepping out of your comfort zone. Stepping out of your comfort zone. That tipping point could be exactly what you need, what you've been needing, the final piece of the formula for everything to come up again, for everything, for new energy, for new vibes to come forth. All right, so think outside the box, push beyond the limit you've set for yourself. Is that a limit because that is your limit, or because that's you see yourself in a certain way? You expand on that, you open up on that this week. There's something not for you. So part of coming to the edge could be releasing what no longer serves, cutting cords, realizing that you can go things alone on your own, or maybe in a different way with different people, in different crowds, different environments, and to stay flexible throughout the week. So we are in Gemini season. Gemini is a mutable sign. Mutable meaning it's changeable, adaptable, flexible, flowing. So these are some things to think about as we move into this new month and this new week. All right, regeneration. I love this. All right, let's get their cards out. I cut the deck and I see the Ace of Pentacles. I am here for this energy. And the Page of Cups on the other side. All right, spirit guys, what's the energy? Let's start with Monday. All right, so we have a Two of Cups. It did a little spin. To be honest, I touched it and it did a little spin. So we'll take it as upright. All right, Two of Cups for Monday's energy. We have the Hanged One. It's interesting how he's upside down. The Hanged One for Tuesday. So things could be feeling a little bit topsy-turvy. Or you could be feeling a little bit topsy-turvy. Like this morning, I felt as if I was moving in slow motion. It was just a very weird energy, like I was moving through something viscous. What's Wednesday? All right, so we got a Four of Wands, and that came out reverse. This is interesting. Thursday's Judgment. And let's get Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the Ten of Cups. All right, so it feels as if there's going to be a shakeup when it comes to relationships or connections. It's interesting how the Two of Cups and the Four of Wands both came out, and they both did a spin and came out reverse. And how interesting that at the end of the week, by the end of the week, we have this Ten of Cups. So it feels right after Judgment, right? So it feels like there could be a shakeup, or you're being asked, especially with this Hanged One here. There's an upside down energy. There's a regeneration. So what I'm seeing is somebody being picked up and turned upside down and being shaked, and all the pockets being emptied, all your belongings coming out. So it feels like connections could be turned upside down this week. But by the end of the week, what is real will stand strong. And not just 2 cups, but 10. So it could be a test, so to speak. That's the top of the deck, the Page of Cups that I mentioned when I cut the deck earlier, right? Page of Cups. The Emperor. Okay. 3 of Pentacles. Right here by the Sun. And the King of Wands. A lot of fire energy, Sagittarius, it made sense with the King of Wands and the Emperor showing up here. Page of Cups. Let me show you how these cards look together, because sometimes images can, create some kind of feeling within you. You might receive a message just by seeing how the images look together. So a lot of leveling up this week, especially if you are looking for work or you being sought out for your skills in some way. There's this potential for you to be able to call the shots because you're being sought out. They need you more than you need them, it feels. It could be a symbiotic relationship, but you are the star. You are the gold. You're the prize. Somebody coming forward to offer you something that's going to make you feel really good when it comes to building money together. Crossing T's, dotting I's here with the Emperor. And it's interesting too because she's holding an Ankh, which is the symbol of life, right? With this regeneration card here. The Emperor is Aries. Aries is the beginning of the astrological year. It's spring, which would connect with regeneration as well. So I've been seeing so many videos this week about how the full moon in Sagittarius, this blue moon is so powerful. It's a Jupiter ruled blue moon. Jupiter is in Cancer at the moment. Jupiter does very beautifully in Cancer. So it feels like it's a lucky moon. It feels like a lucky moon, a lucky time. And what might feel like luck might not necessarily be luck. It could just be being in the right place at the right time because you've set the foundation for that. You've honed your craft. You've honed your skills. You've built a container. You've made yourself visible. You've done the behind the scenes work. And now it's timing and all of this dedication coming together to create some life from it. All right, so let's get into the energy. So Monday we have the Two of Cups. Like I said, I touched it. It's did a little spin and it came out reversed. So there could be some kind of reconsideration or miscommunication, misunderstanding, a separation of sorts when it comes to connections. It does not feel like a heavy energy. It just feels like a, let me just take some time out. Let's just make some space. Let's breathe some space into this. It also feels like if people could just be naturally venturing off. It's Sagittarius. Sagittarius is long distance and thinking bigger. It's spiritual pursuits and knowledge. So it could be that this full moon in Sagittarius is just making people naturally want to broaden their horizons and do things far reaching and alone, go on an adventure in a, outside of this connection that's built, whether this is friends, lovers, business, partnerships, whatever this is. So it just feels as if there is and I was just about to say, with the Two of Cups reversed, that's the energy of the Ace of Cups. It's a beginning, which goes back to this regeneration card. So that's Monday's energy, a potential for some kind of separation, but it doesn't feel like a separation. It's just an expansion of sorts. Now I'm going to clarify these cards in the extended. So if you want to see how where this story is going, you can check my link down below for my Patreon. All right, so we have the Hanged One for Tuesday's energy. So there is a thinking. Now this could be this Two of Cups reverse energy on Monday, and by Tuesday, this is where the separation happens. This is the going inside, the cocooning. What goes into cocoon? The caterpillar in the cocoon, and then what happens, right? The butterfly, which is a regeneration. It's a new life. So Tuesday, there could be a sense of it's time for me to just chill, rest. There is a meditation, literally going upside down with inversions, whether it's handstands, headstands, downward dog, whatever you can do to have your head below your hips, which will create a flow, like getting the lymph moving, getting the blood moving, getting the energies moving within you. That will then spark a cleansing within, getting your mind clear if you're finding that your mind is foggy. It sparks your creativity. It detoxes. It cleanses the blood. There's so many things happening within that state of inversion. So Tuesday, pull back, go within. If there's a decision to be made, they're saying don't take action right now. Pull back. The light bulb moment will come. So maybe you're mulling over what happened on Monday with this Two of Cups reverse energy. Maybe some of y'all making the decision between jobs, between job offers. Let's see. Four of Wands on Wednesday. It came out reversed. That's the Three of Wands. So thinking about, looking at what's to come. The Four is the completion. The Three is we've done the work. Now we're waiting to see what the results will be. So Wednesday, this is definitely a whole storyline happening here. There's something unfolding throughout this week, and these cards all feel very connected. Wednesday, the Four of Wands, reverse. You are looking to see where this connection is going. Where am I going? Where do I fit? How do we fit? How does this work for me? Again, if this is not romantic or friendship, this could be a business relationship. All right. Maybe some of y'all looking to change jobs, considering changing jobs, pivoting in a business. There's some kind of we're, it's a step back in order to go forward. So if you think about Sankofa, you know, go back to go forward type of energy, it's a, it feels like a week of what's that word, a week of, I can't get the word, but going, it's a reflection, it's a week of reflection. It feels like it's a week of reflection, and that's very Sagittarius in terms of, like I said, seeing the bigger picture of things. So for one's energy, are we on the same page? Are our goals connected? We might be doing things different. We might have different ideas of how to, we might do things different. We might do different things, do things differently, or do different things. But is our end goal the same? There's a questioning happening here with your connections, but it feels like y'all are on the same path. It's just again, a stepping back in order to go forward in strength. Thursday, judgment. So here's the resurrection. Thursday could be, okay, I've made my decision now. I'm going to choose this job. I'm going to accept this job offer. I'm going to take this offer, this road. I'm going to turn left. I'm going to turn right. Whatever your decision is, you now have the information you need to make that decision. It's very clear in your mind. Let's take the next step. It's you I want. I accept your offer. Somebody's very sure here in all of whatever's happening this week. Somebody's very sure. There's a very confident energy here. There is a very calm and cool, powerful energy here for this week. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 10 of Cups. So after all the week of questioning, what are we doing? Where are we going? How are we going? When are we going? Do our goals align? 10 of Cups comes in and you realize, yes, they do. There is a reunion. All right, there's a reunion, there's a happiness, the home. You also realize the time where the downtime allowed you to determine and to see how much you actually have. Because when we get into this energy of, oh, the money, where's the money? Or where's the love? Whatever you are mulling over, you lose sight of the small things. And the small things are actually not small. Because what you already have is a sign of the manifestation that you've done in the past. And if you've done it before, you can do it again. And if you think about where you are at, the energy you were in prior to receiving whatever it is you're looking at in your space right now that you didn't think you could have, think about that energy of the worry and the anxiety, or just you couldn't stop thinking about it. And then, boom, it's here. If it happened before, it can happen again. If you've manifested something beautiful in your life before, you can do so again. As long as you have breath, anything is possible. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for this week ahead. So far, like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to clarify each card so we can open up this story and see what else is happening. And I feel as if I'm going to really tie it into the full moon energy. So if you're interested in seeing that, like I mentioned, link is down below. Join my community. All right, my love. So have a beautiful week. Happy full moon. Happy new month. Happy new first week of June. Until your next message, my loves, be well. Bye.